Welcome to the Boxing Talk Show, fair but firm, with the Hall of Fame boxing referee. I'm Joe Cortez and co-host John Zemel for all of Las Vegas.
Come on, guys, let's touch them up. Clean fight. I'm Joe Cortez, fair but firm. Welcome to the Fair but Firm show here, and we are into boxing in the United Kingdom today.
Welcome.
Our first mix with you guys, and we really want to say that it's an honor to be part of the Into Boxing in the United Kingdom, and of course here in the USA. So we just have so much to talk about. A lot of the action that took place in the last week or so has been in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, thank you.
Here in the USA, other than Devin Haney, the up-and-coming rising star who fought Saturday night beating Bulgos.
Hey, that's a good place to start, though. That's where you were part of that fight. Why don't you break that one down for us?
Yeah, well, I'm a consultant for Devin Haney Promotions, and a 19-year-old young fighter who got his license to fight pro when he was 17.
And if that's not amazing enough, he's also the youngest boxing promoter in history. I mean, this is the first guy ever to take his name and make it his own at such a young age. Way to go, young king. Honestly, way to put your future in your hands. And from all of us here, I think we're really proud of you. That's what we like to see in boxing.
Exactly. So me being a consultant for the group is one of the things that I've always wanted to do, give my wisdom and knowledge to this group of young fighters coming up, and I'm out there to make sure that they go on the right track and become good champions. Now, Devin Haney happens to be a young, talented fighter, has a Sugar Ray Leonard type of a style, at 19 years of age with 20 wins and 14 big KOs.
He's also handsome and well-spoken. I like the kid. I mean, he's marketable, too, on top of everything else.
Yes, he's very humble young man who's want to go places in his career. His father is a good trainer, good manager. I think they're definitely rising star.
Well, tell us about the fight. Tell us about it from your point of view.
You're going to be hearing about Devin Haney in the very near future of one of the great ones. It was an easy win for him Saturday night.
It was his biggest test, for sure.
Yes.
I mean, this was the hardest guy he's fought, for sure.
Yes, it was a fighter that had gone with Mickey Garcia, fought with Mickey Garcia 10 rounds and went the distance. The guy has a lot of heart. Then again, all Mexican fighters, they really come with a heart.
It just beats,
Yeah, they come
beats
to fight.
Fire, yeah.
Yeah, so I was very proud of him, and I think he's, like I said before, listen to this young man when he comes up. His name is Devin Haney, Haney. And of course, now going back to United Kingdom, we have so many.
Oh yeah, baby, that's what it all.
What happened this past weekend, of course, was coming up with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. It's a lot of things. So, John.
Oh, baby, that was exciting.
Walk us through what happened this past weekend in the United Kingdom.
Well, there was a lot.
With George Grove and the group.
The World Boxing Super Series Super Middleweight title. As we all remember, World Boxing Super Series has been going way back. We started, we just finished the Cruiserweight version with Usyk finally winning it. And the George Grove, the Super Middleweight's been a fun one. It's been contentious. Chris Eubank came out in the very first, junior, of course, came out in the very first round and impressed us against Avni Yildirim. And everybody else, advanced like they were supposed to. I'll tell you one thing. He made me buy in. Chris Eubank Jr. I was a real big fan watching what he did to Avni. And when he went up against George Groves, I told everyone, wait till you see this. Watch this combination of power and speed. The kid's a super athlete, and George Groves made him look almost as silly as he made me. And he came out and just made him look dumb. And that was a few weeks ago, but he hurt his shoulder or his hand or something, I don't remember. And then, so we had to wait. So that's what we've been waiting for. And now he finally got a chance to go up against Callum Smith, who kind of coasted his way to the title, got a unanimous decision in the semis. And then it was a real surprise to me, and I think a lot of people around the world, when Callum Smith in the seventh round, went ahead and knocked out George Groves right there. And George Groves looked old. He looked older. He didn't look like the same guy who punished Chris Eubank Jr. And by the way, Chris Eubank Jr. didn't look like the same guy who got punished. I don't know if it was not having his daddy there to hog all the shine. I don't know if it was he's been here in Las Vegas training with the Mayweathers. He looked more sharp. He looked more in the moment. He looked more focused. Sometimes it looks like he just tries to rely on his natural abilities, which works till you get to a certain level, which is where George Groves and Billy Joe Saunders is at, and that's why they both were able to take him down. All in all, it was a really good, fun conclusion to the end of that series, and Chris Eubank Jr. almost made me a believer again. I don't know, you guys tell me out in Britain where you guys are at with him, but for me, he really, after making me look so stupid and sound so stupid to everybody, he turned around and made me, it might have sucked me in one more time. It might take one more fight, but he looked good.
Yeah, very good. Now, Billy Joe Saunders had some news this past week.
Oh, yeah.
They tested positive for some substance.
Mm-hmm.
And
it looked scary for a second.
We thought that the show was going to be called off his fight, but I guess everything got fixed up again.
And nasal decongestant. They said, yes, it's banned, but only on fight night, and only not in the UK, but only, it was a whole thing, but it turns out it was a whole lot of nothing. A lot of worrying about nothing.
So anyway, thank God that it was not another fight to be canceled.
That would suck for that.
Because we had some fights canceled this past weekend. Victor Ortiz.
Oh, my God.
Whom I refereed against Floyd Mayweather. Remember the knockout punch when I was looking out?
We all remember.
Yeah, so anyway, Victor Ortiz happened to be, he was incarcerated for 3 charges on rape.
Yes, 3 rape charges, Victor Ortiz.
And that's really kind of sad, because I know I got to meet with him after the fight. We've been together at different shows, and a really nice young man, but look what happened.
Yeah, I mean, innocent till proven guilty. We don't know anything that happened. Like you said, all accounts from everyone I've ever heard or known says that he's one of the nicest people, and I hope that this ends up, working out for everyone, but it's a shame. It's sad whenever anything like this happens. There's no good outcome.
Yeah, just the same thing like Bill Cosby, the father of all American.
Yeah,
and,
see how that goes.
And look what happened with him. He got 3 to 10 years in prison for.
He sure did. I know.
Sexual,
that first
rape and all that.
My God,
I mean, it's just
that could be a life sentence for him. He's your age, right?
He's like 100 my age. Yeah, he's 81. So. He's a young man that's not going to be in prison. That's not a good place to be.
No, it's not for anybody. Yeah. So we hope everything works out there. We did get some good news this weekend though. Efe Ajagba got past the stare down, which for the first time in his last 2 fights. Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember Efe Ajagba. He's the Nigerian fighter who went up against a gentleman by the name of Curtis Harper. And Curtis Harper, after the stare down, decided that it wasn't the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, and he snuck through the ropes and walked down out of there. It was like an internet sensation. If you hear our radio show, we actually had the referee the next morning on the discussing it with us, and it was really funny. If you go back in our archives, you can find it. Actually, Curtis Harper, by the way, this is a little known fact. The gentleman who left and walked out of he's I heard on the short list of the fighters that Eddie Hearn will let Anthony Joshua fight next. So stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll get a big showdown there.
Well, you know what? I mean, if that happens, that means I have a chance to make a comeback myself. You know?
Yeah, I heard you're on the short list that Eddie Hearn might. No, you're too dangerous. He wouldn't let you in the ring with him.
I still have a little spark to the old flash, you know.
We'll see it. You might be a heavyweight these days.
You guys may think I'm falling asleep at the wheel, but let me
He's lulling you to sleep.
Yeah, you watch. There's a lot going on that go through my head. You'd be surprised what I'm thinking about sometimes, and I may be coming back into that ring.
I wish you would. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of heavyweights, though, and speaking of potential opponents for Joshua, that Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight is shaping up to be a really exciting one. They did their first press conference today, and they had to get separated, and the fight had to get, it got. What did they do? They had to end the broadcast right at its scheduled time because there was too much commotion. And
this is what happens with boxing. You do the stare down. You gotta hype it up like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Ali used to do to all his fighters, including I remember when he was doing the stare down with Sonny Liston.
Oh, those are the big ones.
Who Sonny Liston was the meanest looking guy in the ring.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you think Mike Tyson give you a big stare down? Sonny Liston was worse.
Oh.
And Ali just played with him and it was just part of the hype.
He was like Bugs Bunny to Elmer Fudd. He was just clowning him.
Yeah, and that's what happens. That's where you make the money. You got to sell it. But McGregor did it with Floyd Mayweather last year.
That's what this reminded me of.
I mean, that's why I saw there was some money generated in that pay-per-view event, the biggest probably pay-per-view in the history of any sport. So, McGregor was talking a lot, but he walked away with $100 million.
Exactly. 99 mil according to Forbes. That's a good payday, man. Hey, I'll tell you something. Because like you said, this happens for every fight, right? You try and sell the fight. You give the press conferences, but they're not all built the same. Some of them are the McGregors and Alis, and the rest of them are people who you forget about, who try and sell the fight but don't. Let me tell you something right now. Tyson Fury is amazing at selling fights. His ability to go out there and talk and jabber and try and get under his opponent's skin and make the audience feel excited and uncomfortable. When you combine that with Deontay Wilder's ridiculous style in the sense that he could get knocked out or knock anyone out at any given second, you cannot blink during a Deontay Wilder fight. You have what shapes up to be, honestly, one of the more exciting fights in a long time. I mean, they're calling it the fight of the year, and they might be able to make that argument by the end of this. They're selling it very well, considering it's only October. They got 2 more months to keep this up, and I'm looking very forward to seeing how they do that. Consider me a fan, and I'm excited, man. December 1st, Staples Center, and also Gervonta Davis versus Abner Mares is supposed to be on that undercard.
That's a great undercard.
My God, yes.
And I just want to go back to memory lane and Muhammad Ali.
There we go.
Today was the anniversary of the Thrilla in Manila. I can't remember how many years, but I know it was October 1st, and it was a big day for boxing. As you guys know, that Muhammad Ali with Joe Frazier was a war. That's what fight that Ali said. The closest thing to hell was that fight where he was just about to tell his trainer to remove the gloves off of him. He was ready to quit.
He did. He told his trainer to cut them off.
And they would look across the ring, and they stopped the fight on the other side. So,
that's just such a testament of wills. I love that story so much. When you push two guys to the absolute brink of who quits first, and it happens within seconds of each other, I mean, that's what makes this sport the most beautiful sport in the whole world. I mean, when these guys, this is a true testament of wills. This is two guys truly going at each other.
I think we're going 45 years to that, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was something like that. But it was today, October 1st, for sure.
Speaking of anniversaries, October 1st, we, of course, want to acknowledge all the victims of the tragedy 1 year ago. Everyone in this valley obviously remembers and has felt the effects of it. And our hearts and love goes out to everybody involved and everyone who lost or hurt anyone.
Yeah, it was a sad day last year. And our heart goes out to all. And
of course.
It's just one of those sad things. And again, I want to give a shout out to my wife, Sylvia, for happy birthday today.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's her birthday today, so Sylvia, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sylvia. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Neither did I.
Neither did I know. That's so funny. Hey, Jorge Linares came back to the ring today. This weekend. Jorge Linares, first time we've seen him since.
He looked pretty good.
Hey, you know what? You know what I love? We talk about it a lot on this show. Guys whose stocks rise when they lose, right? We talk about it with Luis Ortiz when he fought Deontay Wilder. Yeah. Jorge Linares' stock after he beat Vasily Lomachenko, knocked him down.
He didn't beat him. He lost.
I'm sorry. Thank you very much. It's an excellent point. After he fought Vasily Lomachenko and lost.
But he lost.
But he looked better. He got a bigger name. He put him down. We were able to see his footwork on display, and we were able to realize what a true talent we had in Jorge Linares. For those of us who weren't really aware, and I know I certainly wasn't as aware as I am now. And he came back and he put Abner Cotto down in the third round. I mean, that was an exciting fight, and not really, but it's exciting to see Linares back. And he says he's moving up to 140, which I think will be good for him. I'd like to see him fight Mikey Garcia maybe at one point.
Yeah, because he had a little difficulties making the 135.
Yeah, he did, man. He's big. He's a big guy. Yeah. He's so much taller than Lomachenko.
Exactly. Nice guy. I was with him 2 weeks ago at the Triple G Canelo fight.
Yeah.
And
he was 1 week out.
Yeah, and he was I tell you, he was so excited just being at the Triple G and Canelo fight like everybody else. And it was a great night of boxing. We got to talk just a little bit about that fight. It was an outstanding fight. It was better than the first one. I mean, Canelo came out. The first fight was great, but this time Canelo changed his ring mechanics, and he really went back to the drawing board and came out victorious. However, still, I would say 60% of the fans out there still feel that Triple G won. And I think even some of the Mexican fans that love Canelo the first time, but still upset with him. They can't seem to be satisfied what happened the first fight because he didn't give him what he said he was going to give them, but he did this time.
I felt that way. You know what I mean? But all the Mexican fans that I speak to, I've noticed that they seem to have. After the first fight, they seem to kind of back off him. Like they were a little bit upset. Yeah. Why isn't he going at him? But whether they felt he won or whether they felt he lost, I think he regained a lot of his countrymen and fans this weekend, a few weeks ago.
I can hear some buzz there that the trilogy is coming up Cinco de Mayo next year.
I want it so bad.
So it's not going to be a fight that's going to sell to the public. Because
why wouldn't they do that?
Now they know that Canelo really can fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he proved it in his last fight, and not going to be a war because now Triple G knows if he doesn't win the third fight, I mean, he got to hang it up.
That's his legacy, right? I mean, that's his legacy. You can be defined. He's going to be defined by this trilogy at the end of the day. He can be defined by like Marquez was, and say, he should have won that one, should have won that one, or he can be defined by triumph and coming up from two very difficult decisions and coming back and winning this fight. And that's what I mean. I'll tell you something. That's as a fight fan, that's something I would absolutely love to see. Although, if this is going to go down, let me tell you something. This is the biggest fight in boxing. I'd like to address both camps, but specifically one in particular. Watch what goes into your body. Everything you eat, everything you drink, everything you rub on your body, all the lotion, everything that you inject, everything that you do, make sure that it's all clean and above board, please, because we can't go through this again. I can't go through another heartbreak like last year.
This goes for any fighters out there.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
For any athlete, any sport. You know, you want to be victorious and go out with your head up high. You got to look in the mirror. You got to live by yourself. You got to look in the mirror and say, did I do everything the right way? Was I really honest with myself? And if you can't do that, well, then you really are a loser.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to keep yourself on the right track and keep yourself. And nobody's perfect. We understand that, but you try to minimize those mistakes. I know I'm not perfect. I know I make mistakes, but you know what? I go back to the drawing board myself and I say, what can I do to improve my style? What can I do to improve my lifestyle? And how I am as a referee, as a judge, as a fighter, whatever in any walks of life you want to try to do the best you can. And sometimes you have to rethink things over and think over your mistakes that you made. Say, how can I correct them? And but that's what I say to you fighters out there. You want to be champion, you got to look in the mirror and say to yourself, I did it the right way. And that's the best way to go out as a fighter. When you went to a Hall of Fame, you say, I got into the Hall of Fame and I did it the right way. I didn't need nothing or anybody to put something in my body to enhance my skills. I did it on my own ability. That's why I'm a real champion.
Yeah, and also stick to fish or chicken or vegetables. Please stay away from any kind of beef. There's too much to worry about there.
Yeah. But anyway,
Jesse Vargas fights this weekend.
Yeah, Jesse Vargas is coming back. He has another tune-up fight, nothing serious.
No, we haven't seen him since his draw that was semi-controversial against, of course, Adrian Broner.
Yeah.
Which I would have loved to see another one of those, to be honest with you. That was a pretty fun fight, regardless of who you thought won. I think that was a good one, and I could have watched another one, but I understand welterweight division needs to keep it moving. I don't know if Thomas Delorme is the person to keep those dominoes moving, because we talk about that a lot, right?
He's not a pushover. Delorme is a good fighter.
He is.
Who has great skills.
He's in the Mayweather stable.
Yeah, he could be, and he's in the Mayweather stable for a reason.
Yeah,
because
they don't take anybody.
They feel that he has potentials. He can create an upset. Mark my word, it can happen Saturday night. I mean, Delorme is a good fighter.
Yeah, he is. He's gotten better with time too. I like Delorme. We like Jesse Vargas. He's been on the show a few times. We're a big fan of this, a big friend of the show, and one of the better interviews usually that we have.
He's a good young man with great talent. But Delorme, the hungrier you are, the more better you seem to be. You kick in the skills, everything. Say, you know what, this is do or die for me.
Yeah.
So he knows this is his shot.
It's kind of the story with Jesse, though, right? Yeah. I mean, that's what we've always said. Jesse Vargas has looked so good against C-level competition, and whenever he fights A-level competition, like Timothy Bradley or Manny Pacquiao, or even B-plus level competition like Adrian Broner, what happens? He loses or he gets a draw. I mean, at the end of the day, if he can't step up against that elite level, then he'll always be staying in that B level of fighter. And
exactly.
Like I said, we love the guy, and he's awesome, but we want to see him. Right? That's what defines greatness, is being able to show up against other greatness.
Right. Now you go back to the great fighters back in the days where you say Muhammad Ali, Ken Norton. Larry Holmes was always there, say he was one of the great champions, but never really got that recognition like he should have gotten, because Muhammad Ali was there and there's other fighters.
Do you think it was because he was sandwiched between Ali and Tyson?
Well,
because they were such big personalities, big stories.
You had George Foreman in there. You had Larry Holmes. You had Ken Norton, Muhammad Ali.
People were going to get lost in the mix, man. That's just kind of how it goes during those golden years, right?
Back in the golden era, you got those great fighters in the heavyweight division, and any division. They were all today would have been world champions, but you had lesser competition because you didn't have so many sanctioning bodies. At the time, there was only 2. Now there are 4.
Tell me about it. Oh, and not only are there 4. Well, 4 plus some. Then you also have you have to worry about all these other belts. I think this weekend Jesse Vargas and Thomas Delorme are fighting for the WBC silver welterweight title. It doesn't. I don't understand this. How could each governing body now have other belts? It's just. Why does everything need a belt? It takes the meaning of the belt away a little more? Don't you agree?
I don't have a belt.
I went beltless today too.
I put on a belt because I don't want to be brought into that group. So
you put on pants today.
I left my belt home. WBC is having their WBC convention this week. And
I saw. You see the pictures of you see the U6 sandwich between Klitschko and what's his name, Lennox Lewis. It was super fun.
Yeah, they're out there, and I saw Julio Cesar Chavez and Roberto Duran together with a picture. Can you imagine those 2 guys fighting in their heyday? Yes, I can. At 135 pounds.
God.
Or 140
what a
pounds.
slugfest of hearts. Just 2 guys.
I was looking at both of them. Julio Cesar Chavez, Roberto Duran. Who would I pick for that?
My God.
Wow. And both in their prime. That's a tough one to pick.
Yeah. What fight were they? What weight were they fighting?
Well, Durant was 135 pounds when he beat Ken Buchanan in New York, Madison Square Garden. And Julio Cesar,
he was all over the place. He was like Pacquiao.
And Julio Cesar Chavez was a super lightweight, 140 pounder.
Okay.
But Julio Cesar Chavez had a devastating hook to the body, but Durant had the great skills and the ring mechanics.
He was everywhere, man. His footwork was awesome.
He was awesome.
His ability to find angles was...
he was all over the place, using different angles all the time. And I don't know, I think maybe because of the different angles and the speed that he had and the chin that he had, and they call him Hands of Stone because he can punch.
Yeah, baby.
But then again, Chavez was a good puncher.
Chavez was amazing, man. I mean, Chavez was the one.
Yeah, so I'm not going to pick a winner right now.
No, okay, you wouldn't even pick a winner in a fake fight?
No, I want to try maybe go to sleep and dream about it. Maybe in my dream I could come out with a winner, but in real life, it'll be shameful.
Tune in next week, folks, for the results of Joe Cortez's dream. We're gonna find out who wins between the great Julio Cesar Chavez and Roberto Durant.
I don't know. Maybe the referee I'll be the referee, so I just pick up my hand. I say I'm the winner.
Yeah. Hey, all the viewers would be the winner in that route, man.
That's right.
And the viewers of all their fights were winners. That's the great thing about those legends.
You viewers out there, United Kingdom and all throughout the world, U.S., where we had great boxing. You guys are amazing fans. I really look up to you guys, respect you guys' talent as far as having so much knowledge about boxing. We have rules and we have good referees. I remember when I used to go to Great Britain to give seminars over there while I was refereeing some fights over there 25, 30, 40 years, 35 years ago. 40 years ago when I first started refereeing, I started going to the United Kingdom to referee some of the great fights out there. I remember refereeing Lennox Lewis out there. Prince Narasimha Mehta, another explosive fighter, featherweight, who can punch like a heavyweight.
My God, he could. He just threw his whole body at it. It was 120, all those pounds coming at you right at your face.
But he was such a good fighter, a featherweight.
That's why he messed his hands all up.
Yeah, but he was a exciting fighder. The fans would come out to see him. I refereed him in the United Kingdom a couple of times, I'll tell you. And here in the United States with... I remember with Wayne McCullough, with Marc Antonio Barrera.
That was a big one, man.
You remember that fight?
That was when he was done.
Yeah.
After that, it was over.
And after that,
and he'd been away from the sport for a little while before that, right? And he was kind of considering walking away, and then the Barrera money brought him back in, and he wasn't ready, man. He was over it.
Barrera took him to school.
Barrera's a real one, man. I mean, as we know, Barrera's the real deal. I mean, you just got to watch his wars against the great, El Terrible Morales.
And if you look at him today, he still keeps his weight.
Barrera? Yeah.
He's still Barrera. He weighs about 140 pounds.
Have you seen Marcus Madonna lately?
No, I haven't.
He weighs about 240 pounds.
What?
He's so big now.
Madonna?
He's so big.
Wow.
Look it up.
The fighter from Argentina.
Yeah. Marcus Madonna, Chino. He looks like he's just living his best life. Honest to God, he looks so happy. He's all fat and walking around.
So is Prince Narasimha.
I know, yeah. Prince Narasimha, man, looked like he ate a heavyweight.
Yeah, Prince Narasimha, what a character.
He looks like a different person.
Yeah, well, you know what? But in the memories, he still reminds us of what some.
My God, I go back and watch those fights over and over.
Some of the great fights. Yeah, you can watch them on YouTube.
Kevin Kelly, that big one. That was one of the greatest fights I've ever seen in my time.
That was in Madison Square Garden. I remember Benji Esteves was the referee for that fight. The same referee who refereed
Canelo Triple G
Canelo 2 weeks ago. So I mean, it brings back great memories. But you want to see those fighters like you were watching them yesterday? Go on YouTube, check them out. You say, oh my God, I'm back in memory lane. I'm sitting here like I was 25,
There's just so many good fights on YouTube. And also ESPN Plus. I mean, you're a company, man. You can promote that. There's so many good fights on there. There's fights on Showtime, HBO app, which HBO, rest in peace to HBO Boxing. Been around for a very long time. And now they're officially walking away. That's big news. We said it might be happening sooner or later, but this is it's a big deal. It's officially happening.
I think they have one more show
I forget the last fight, but it's
nothing big, but it's one.
I think it's Danny Jacobs, but I think so. Don't quote me.
But I think that HBO will take the hat off. What's my hat?
Yes.
Take the hat off to these guys. They did a good job
They have been great
for 45 years. And what's going to happen with Jim Lampley?
I've been wondering. And Letterman.
Harold Letterman. And
we know Kellerman will go to ESPN. He's already got a home there. But
he's with us at ESPN.
Exactly.
But the thing is that, what's going to happen with HBO now? A lot of subscribers are saying, you know what? We're not going to subscribe anymore to HBO because we got it because of boxing.
Some people, yeah.
And I think Showtime is licking their chops.
Showtime couldn't be happier. DAZN.
Yeah, because now
Fox.
Now they're gonna have all these fighters shifting over. They're looking for a home now.
It's not like it's that many, but it's a lot of big ones. Like Triple G, Canelo. These are big names, man. And so Canelo's the biggest draw in the sport. Yeah, and you got him as a free agent as far as networks go. That's a big deal. And to piggyback on what Joe was saying earlier about fans and about everything else, we don't have a one governing body. We don't have one thing. This sport is nothing without you and us, without everyone that keeps it together, that keeps watching, that keeps learning, that keeps understanding. There's no governing anything. So we really need to, we need to take our hats off to each other and really, really appreciate this great community that we have here in the boxing world. I think it's really something special.
Yeah, I want to just say that boxing has really been a great sport. I know soccer in the United Kingdom is great. It's a big sport over there.
You guys call it soccer, right?
They call it, the soccer.
I don't remember. Footy.
Football. Soccer. Here we call football. Here is football, American style football.
People don't play it here. The children play it.
And over there in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, it's a big business.
Yeah. Over there is a football. Over there is a soccer. It's just, why don't they keep it to one
people's
name?
Grandchildren's play.
Yeah, keep it one game. Let's make it all unified around the whole world.
Speaking of unified.
What?
Speaking of unified, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think that boxing though is really, really big in the United Kingdom. I'm so proud to be part of your group there with
Into Boxing.
My friend Dan and the whole gang over
Paul
there.
And everybody out there. Paul, we're gonna get together soon. I promise. We're gonna talk about that debate. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So Dan, you know that I know you can sing and your wife can sing. I listened to you the other day. I said, wow, this man got a great future ahead of him. So I like to see you out there. Get out there and sing the national anthem for your country, and go out so the people can know who you really are.
Do you guys have a national anthem?
Sure they do.
I've never heard it.
Oh yeah, no. they are great, and I think that United Kingdom is about probably the second right after the U.S. when it comes to boxing. There's so much into it.
Boxing runs through Europe now. Every boxing forum you're on, you will see as many British fans as you see even American fans. It's that big a deal now. Yeah. And it's, the money might not be the same, as far as where you're fighting, and we discussed that last week. But as far as fanship and hardcore fans go, Britain's up there with anybody, man. I mean, anybody, if not at the top. I absolutely take my hat off to everything they're doing. And I'm not just saying that because of our new partnership with them. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You guys are, you're relentless online. Let me tell you can't say anything without somebody from Britain popping on and saying something. It's outstanding.
If I keep falling in love with you guys the way I'm feeling lately, I may end up moving over there. I mean, it's a possibility, guys. You know what? I may come back as a referee and referee Ricky Hatton.
There you go.
Again, my brother. I love this guy, Ricky Hatton. What a great fighter he was.
He was, man. That's something I know. Oh, he happened to run into two all-time greats, but there's no shame in not being as good as two of the best that have ever done it. Right. He's one of the greatest. I mean, he's one of the great stories of blue-collar, hardcore. One of the nicest guys you want to meet. Everybody loves Ricky Hatton, man.
He's promoting fights. And what else has been better than?
He's so fun. Although he looks your age now.
Yeah, he looks great.
He doesn't look that good. No, he looks old.
No, he looks young. He's a young-looking guy. I think he's handsome, good luck. He got a lot of talent. You're the guy that hey fans, you got to come up and kick his guy's butt.
You might have to. Hey, I think Ricky Hatton. I got nothing but love for Ricky Hatton, but he does look. He doesn't
look old. He looks young.
Everybody looks young to you.
Of course. Except you.
Except me. Exactly.
Anyway, fans, listen, I want to just tell you guys that it's an honor to be on with you guys in the UK and here throughout the US and throughout the world watching the Fair But Firm show. Again, with Into Boxing. Don't forget, they have a great show as well.
INTU Boxing.
INTU Boxing. Check them out. My man Dan, Paul, and the whole gang.
The gang.
Here in the US. Joe Cortez with the Fair But Firm show. Remember, guys, keep your guards up at all time. Protect yourselves at all time. I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch him up.